Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How you doing? It's Charlie, the average guy fishing, with another episode brought to you by Big Ed's Tackle Box, Berkeley Springs' one and only, truly dedicated bait and tackle shop. We are here for all your camping, boating, and fishing needs. I can't remember what the address is, or I'd tell you what it is. All right. Like I said the other day, we're going to change up the platform. I'm going to have more videos out, informational videos, everything you need to know, or everything that I know. If I'm wrong at some of the things, please correct me, because I've only been bass fishing for like 4 years, but I've been fishing ever since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. That's how my dad would say. All right. It is March the 4th. It is cold out. I think it's like 40-some degrees. Water temperature's cold. So, up here, below the Mason-Dixon line, Virginia North or Virginia South, some of the fish are already starting to spawn because they got spawning weather going on. From West Virginia up, we're still pretty cold and the fish haven't moved up from the deep water yet. But pretty soon, them fish are going to travel from the bottom thermocline to the shallows on them hard-packed sandy surfaces to have them babies. And as anybody knows, this is when the bass are going to be aggressive. They're going to be the biggest they're going to be all year is pre-spawn spawn, when they're all bloated up with babies and eggs, which at this time of year you got to be real gentle with the fish when you release it. Try not to keep them when they're pregnant. It's not good for the fish. It's not good for the fisheries. You know, that's our future fish coming out of that mama. All right. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over some of my early spring pre-spawn, spawn-ish baits that I like to use personally. They may be different from what you like to use, but these are baits that I like and baits that I have confidence in. And that's what I've said before. If you have confidence in a bait, fish that bait. Number one bait for me that I throw pretty much all year long, 1/2 ounce Strike King. And if you look, it's a willow blade with a Thumper Colorado on there. I run a trail hook, a little stinger right there, as you can see. Got my little gray, my chartreuse and white matching head, and this is on my trailer. Is a salty super fluke in white pearl. And this here is one of my favorite baits to throw all year long. This whole same color setup. So this is one of my confidence baits. This is a bait that I will fish all year. One, I like to cover water with this bait. And I'm going to say most of the time I do pretty well with this bait. All right. Next, we're going to have the old lipless crankbait. This is the 6th Sense Snatch 70X in coontail crawl. It's a 5/8 ounce lipless crankbait. It's 3D gill plated, 3D scales. Let me check this out. Black nickel hooks. This is in the crawl pattern. This is not a very shiny bait. It's kind of a dull color when it's out of the package. And this is the clutch 1/2 ounce sinking lipless crankbait, and this is in the sriracha crawl. If you guys notice, red with a crawl pattern. I use this one here in my cleaner water, and I use the gloss paint for a good reflection. This here bait, as well as this bait, this is for dirtier water. I use these two pretty much to rip through the grass. You can pull it up and over, rip wrap, rocks, lay downs, whatever, and everything. I know a bunch of you guys are going to say, oh, you can't have Guggen and Ketchco with 6 cents. I don't care about none of that. I'm not into those politics. That's not me. I just know that these two companies make outstanding baits, and I will continue to use both of these companies. I don't care. It's what I like, and it's what I'm going to do. So I'm a grown-up, and I'm allowed. All right, but at this time of year, that red with that crawl pattern is your go-to. Next, one of my other favorite baits is crankbaits. I have the Monster Bass Seeker 8. This is a 4 to 8 foot medium diver and a ½ ounce, and this is in the Crawlicious. This is a medium diver. Will wind a little faster, you can go a little bit deeper and everything. This here is another good search bait. Wind it and crank it, stop it, pop it, whatever. And I also like the Wild Thing 6.5. This is a 6.5 foot medium diver. 2 different colors, 2 different reds on it. This here is a slow rise with a rattle. This is some of my favorites right here. The Monster Bass Seeker 8 and the Berkley Wild Thing 6.5 in the crawl pattern. I vary the colors. You can see I have more crawl here than I do here. I have a chartreuse belly, crawl top. And these are 2 of my other baits that I like to throw at this time of year. Along with my spinner bait, I like my Z-Man Original White Chatterbait. This is a 3/8 ounce original Z-Man White Chatterbait. At the same time, I'll pair that up with my Zoom Salty Super Fluke in pearl white. And sometimes I'll go with the white with a chartreuse tail, or I'll dip the tail in chartreuse garlic. This is another good search bait to throw around. What you want to find the fish. Another good bait is the Lucky Craft Square Bill Crawl Color. This is the Fat CB. It's a floating 3-inch, 3/4 ounce. It's a little bit heavier than what I usually throw. Yellow belly, red top, crawl pattern. This here's another good bait to throw. This is a 3 foot. This has got a 3 foot depth, so it's more of the shallow depth, which once the water warms up and the thermoclines change and the fish move up shallow into the bed, this here is a good bait to throw past that bed and wind over top and get your reaction bite. Next, we have, hold on a second, missing one. Let me grab one off the wall because I don't have one with me. Let me see here. Where you at? Here it is. This is my 3 choices. Also, this time of year, I like to throw a jerkbait. This here is the Wakasagi by Monster Bass Slick Stick 99. Comes with razor sharp BKK hooks, premium paint scheme, and everything. This here is a great jerk bait. This is a shallow water jerk bait. Yeah, this is a shallow water jerk bait. It's another one I like to use. It's a floating ½ ounce, not a suspending or a sinking. And then I like to use the Guggen Squad Scout. This is a 4 1/3 inch, 4 1/3 inch, ½ ounce. It's a 4 to 6 foot diver. And this here is in the Pro Blue number 8. This is a suspending jerkbait, which I like to use. Jerk, jerk, pause, twitch the tip. It'll get a reaction bite this time of year. And then I have actually one of my top favorites is to provoke 106X by 6 cents. This is in the Threadfin Shad pattern. It's a 3 to 6 foot diver. It's a suspending bait as well. It's got utilizes a weight transfer system, which transfers the weight from the rear of the tail during cast for longer casting. Then it transfers it to the front, so it gives that nose down appearance. Rattle. Hear the difference? The rattles make a difference, guys. Sometimes you want that more subdued thump, and then sometimes you want that more kind of like a cringy rattle to me. And last but certainly not least, Cincos. The Cinco. This one here is a pumpkin black flake made by Strike King. Everybody loves the Cinco. The original Gary Yamamoto is one of my favorites. Strike King's my second favorite. This here, you can wacky rig, weightless, Texas rig it, whatever you need to do. This, when you gotta slow down, a little bit, and you just gotta not be a power fisherman. I have that problem. I have a problem slowing down. This I like to throw on my 6 1-to-1 gear ratio bait caster because it slows me down. Like, I have some high 7s and high 8 bait casters that I'm going to be trading out this year on some 6. That way I have to slow down. But these baits are my confidence baits. Now, these baits might not be what you want to throw, but I've caught fish off these baits, so I'm confident in their abilities. What you catch fish on is what you're confident on. Get out there, throw your confidence baits. Every now and again, try something a little different. Like me, I've never been a super fan of the lipless crankbait. But I will have one of these tied on all spring. Either one. I got both of them in the box right now. I got one on the line. I'm not going to say which one, but I have it on the line right now. So get out there, do your fishing, get out of the house. Remember though, take out more than you take in when it comes to trash. Keep the fisheries clean. Teach your youngins to keep those fisheries clean. Take a kid fishing. Make a kid like fishing. You don't have to make them. Once they start catching fish, they'll fall in love with it. They either will or they won't. Some kids just don't like to fish. Some kids don't want to be off the game. Nothing like that. All right, guys. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Remember, Big Ed's Tackle Box. We're open Tuesday to Sunday, 9 to 8. If you need something and you need it a little earlier, give us a call. Somebody will come in and help you out.